And we are live after a 2-week hiatus, Thanksgiving break last week. So Lou went home, and would you say the highlight was Jets game yesterday?
Jets game was fun, but I had 3 Thanksgiving festivities: Thursday, day of, Friday, and Saturday.
Holy cow! All family or
Um,
Friendsgiving or
2 family, 1 like family friends.
nice?
But my cousin was staying with us, so it was nice. It was nice family football, food, fun.
Yep.
Yeah, the 4 Fs of Thanksgiving.
The games were pretty
Really
darn
good.
good.
I was pretty upset about the Patriots game, but
They got totally
that was a
gypped.
touchdown.
Yeah. And the hold on the kickoff return.
Yeah.
The face mask on that third down, that's huge. If they call that a face mask, drive extends. How did you think Mac's performance was?
I mean, that was the best I've ever seen him play, but it's the Vikings who have the worst pass D in the league.
True. Are they the worst?
Yeah, they're the worst.
Wow, holy cow.
But no, it was really fun to watch. The Patriots on offense are usually not fun to watch, so it's a breath of fresh air. I'm telling you, if the Patriots had a top 12 QB and a top 10 receiver, we would be Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah.
Like we would be there. If you put Brady and like Amari Cooper on our team.
Did you see Amari Cooper's drop yesterday?
No, I didn't. I didn't watch any red zone.
No. That game, real quick interlude. I was like, the Bucks just completely blew it. I mean, the Browns couldn't do anything offensively. Finally, they get something going towards the end of the game, and then Nick Chubb is just a stud. Like he's a top 3 running back in the league, in my opinion. Yeah. But I go, Josh Jacobs is in my top 3.
Really, top 3? You going?
I mean, he's had a heck of a season.
Top 3?
He's had a heck of a season.
All right, Derrick Henry has to be in there.
Yeah.
Saquon's got to be in there. Like I'm taking Saquon over Josh Jacobs.
Well, the thing is, because how much pass catching does either one do, which makes it.
I'm telling you, my guy Aaron Jones. Don't sleep on him.
I know, touchdown last night.
He's a beast. Did you see his play? That was ridiculous. I don't think any other running back except maybe McCaffrey and Eckler could do that.
Crap! I forgot
Eckler.
About McCaffrey.
There's so many good ones.
Yeah, there are. Okay, Josh Jacobs top 6.
Out of pure runners, no catching.
Runners,
no catching.
I'm going Derrick Henry.
I'm going Chubb.
Yep.
Those are top 2. I mean, if Jacobs keeps on playing like he is,
and granted, we also are coming off of literally the best possible time.
But all year, I think he's RP2 fantasy wise.
Yeah,
and he runs so hard and with so much aggression, fighting for every yard, which not
contract year.
Not true. Option decline. Josh Jacobs, different animal.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Right up there with Hoodie Mello.
Quick shout out to UConn basketball.
Yes.
They look good. I've been following a little bit. We're 8th right now.
How about that? The new 8 people?
Yeah.
I heard I haven't looked at it, but I heard it got a massive shakeup. I'll check that out right now if you don't mind, because I want to see how far Purdue hopped up. How about the weekend for Purdue fans? Basketball crushes Gonzaga and Duke. Football is going, they beat Gonzaga and Duke by 18, both by 18. And then football is going to the Big Ten title game.
That's against Michigan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, quick shout out. Did you watch the Michigan game?
Yes, a little bit of it.
Did you see
I was able to watch
the 3rd and 2 run pass by the running back?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
No. Was it incredible?
That's my friend. That's one of my good friends. We went to high school together.
No way.
Yeah, it was his first offensive play.
The linebacker. Did he play linebacker and then he's playing running back now?
Yeah, and he's a junior. He's just turned 20. He's unbelievably young.
I heard he's super. They were hyping him up there. This guy's super smart. They think he can get down.
We were making fun of him for that.
Oh my gosh!
But that was his first collegiate play on offense, and he threw a 15-yard pass. But if he threw it farther, he would have had a touchdown. And we were clowning him for it. And he was saying that he did not see him at all.
So you talked to him after the game?
Yeah. He's like, I did not see him at all. I just threw it, and I knew he was down there somewhere.
No way.
Yeah.
So he really did the Kyler
Yeah.
D-Hop down there somewhere.
Yeah.
That's so funny. How about that? So you like called him, FaceTimed him, or you were
We just have a
texting
group
him?
chat. Like he's in my high school group of friends.
That's
so
sweet.
We texted about it.
That's sweet. So back to this: Purdue 5, UConn 8.
Up 12 spots. Purdue up 19 spots.
IU 10. It stinks because IU was all hyped to play UNC. That's this Wednesday, and UNC is just falling off a cliff.
Who did they lose to?
They lost twice. They lost to
Ooh.
Bama. This, I believe, ended in triple OT. So they dropped all the way to 18th, and they narrowly escaped. Let's pull this up. Because I believe they narrowly escaped Portland, who's playing very well. Yes, they win by 8 against Portland, but got smacked by Iowa State. Iowa State is now, let's see, because Iowa State had them. They are 23 still. I guess they lost. They got smacked by UConn, so that kind of held them there. So, yeah.
Sonogo is a beast.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
He's nice.
Yeah.
And the Hawkins, Jordan Hawkins, I think his name is. He's a sophomore. He might get drafted this year. He's really good.
Mm-hmm.
There's a kid from a couple towns over who's Donovan Klingon, his name is.
Oh, yeah. He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He's been playing well.
He's a freshman, yeah. My friend was on his high school basketball team, which is funny.
Holy cow.
Yeah, he's 7'1".
And he's like built too.
And he's like actually skilled. He's not just tall.
That's like Zach Edey. Zach Edey's been exceptional for Purdue.
He's like 7'4", isn't he? Something crazy.
Yeah, 7'4", I think.
So yeah, I'll try and pay more attention to college basketball.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have honestly for me until football, until I guess college football is done for BC now, which I'll have more time to devote to college basketball.
Congratulations being done with the season.
It feels weird. It's gonna feel very weird tomorrow because Monday's always our off day. So like today wouldn't have been different whether we played this week or not. But tomorrow when we don't have
practice, do you really have like nothing going for a little while?
We have to do like general cleanup. But outside of that, nothing.
That's nice. That's nice.
So I'm excited to watch Colts tonight. Don't have to worry about practice tomorrow. And
want to do a quick 5-minute rundown of the NFL games?
Yes, and then we'll give your pops a call and to review Mike White.
Okay, and a 30-second fantasy rundown?
Yes.
After that? Okay.
Yes.
All right, so I didn't get to watch any of the games on Red Zone, only on the MetLife Megatron when they showed highlights. But we get first off, the Thanksgiving games. I saw most of all of them.
Yeah.
Which were super exciting.
I'm worried about the Bills. The Bills O-line particularly. Just like I want to be high on them, but a couple of times it was like Josh Allen's banged up. Like the announcers made that clear, and I want them to be my Super Bowl pick, but I don't know if I can.
I don't know if you can. In that AFC East,
I know.
You never know. We could beat them this week.
Yeah.
We'll see. I wanted the Lions to win that game pretty badly, and they choked it away in such a Lions fashion. I feel like, or not even choked it away.
Horrendous clock management.
But yeah,
horrendous.
Yeah, I mean you'll get that with Dan.
Yeah.
and the kicker missed a 30-yard field goal early in the game.
Oh, how about that jinx?
Yeah.
Why even mention it? It was like that's unreal. That was unreal.
The Cowboys look really good to me. If you NFC playoffs, Cowboys Eagles, I think the Cowboys could win the game.
I think Cowboys are favored for sure. If it's
in Philly.
If it's in Philly, I bet it's like Eagles minus 1.5. Really? Eagles were only a touchdown favorite against the Packers.
Yeah, the Packers are the Packers are tough. I
don't know. Like they just can't, I mean, I guess it was a long week for the Packers, but you
Jordan
could say
Love
like
good.
Yeah, 6 for 9 for like 113 or something and a touchdown.
We'll speed through Pat's game. We already touched on briefly, but some growth from Mac. We'll see if he can hold up against a legit defense. Dolphins look really good to a top 3 MVP.
Dolphins 49ers is going to be incredible this week.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Commanders keep on churning. If the season ended today,
goodness.
the whole NFC East in the playoffs.
That's wild. Yeah, Commanders, I mean, stop when they needed it. So
that was a big win for the Bengals. No Jamar.
I was listening to a podcast today, and they were like, the Bengals are, I view them now just like last year. Like, they are very dangerous.
Yeah.
Without Jamar still in their game.
And now he'll be back. So that was huge. The Chargers win. It really hurts all the AFC contenders. That hurts the Pats a lot.
That hurts the Colts.
Yep. Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence.
He looked great in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. I saw it in November, 6 touchdowns, no picks. He has the highest passer rating in November.
Really?
Yep.
Real quick, did you see Lamar's tweet?
Yeah, he fired back at a fan.
What the heck was that?
Yeah. Lamar to the Jets.
That was just so vulgar for no reason.
Yeah. He's probably fed up. We had the Josh Jacobs game.
Yep.
Good for the Raiders. They needed one.
I saw yesterday that expected yards per carry or something, one of those stats. Josh Jacobs had the most yesterday. Kenneth Walker with the least. Like, he was the least productive in that. And usually Kenneth Walker, I believe, has been, so.
Hurts lighting it up. That was a really fun game to watch.
Yeah.
Niners scrape it out. Niners defense carries them.
13-0. Like, and Saints are, I honestly don't think the Saints defense is pretty darn good. So
Olave's good too.
Tough to win in the NFL. So take a win where you can get it.
All right, let's call it quick record. Did you win in your important league?
One in both.
Hey.
Polar opposites performances because starting off on Thanksgiving, I had Amon-Ra and Jeddah go off, but my other league I won by like 3, and the opponent I was playing didn't pay attention. He had 3 guys out, and I still I scored 80. And because I effectively had 3 guys or 2 guys not play because Darnell got hurt before he did anything, and same with Etienne. So
I went. Looks like it'll be 3-1 if Najee and JT drop 46 combined tonight. I could win in the last one, but I doubt it.
I mean, yeah, probably not.
But I'm happy with it. 3-1 returning. I started off in the league 1-5, and I've won 5 of my last 6. So I'm now
6 and
6 and 6. 6 and 6.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna be 5-7, 3 wins in a row.
Nice.
So I'll take it. But my whole bench, because it's Dynasty, I can't drop these guys. My whole bench is gonna be like on IR. Dang there. So
all right, we'll give Professor Barber a quick call.
Yes, sir. Would love to digest the Mike White madness. So he was a fan of the benching.
Hey, Dad. You are live on air right now. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I hung up on it. Hello.
What's that?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
All right, you are live on air right now.
What's going on, Mr. Barber? Pretty good. I'm dying to hear how the Mike White madness played out yesterday from a inside the stadium perspective.
Well, first of all, very wet.
Oh, it was.
Lou and I were and which I'm sure came through on television, but nothing like being there. So that in some ways makes it even more impressive what he did. And I mean, he played great, and he set the tone from the beginning. I think he was 6 for 7 for 70 yards in the beginning, and I was somewhat at times a big Zach Wilson fan, but sort of in love with his potential rather than the reality. And it was shocking, honestly, to see the tight, short throws just being made with precision. And then you could also see, there's various malcontents on the Jets receiver corps because they hadn't been getting the ball, and Elijah more the main culprit, and you could just see the body language. We have very good seats now, so you're kind of peered above it, and so we're actually over the Jets bench, and so you can see the whole body language of the whole team being lifted, and you can tell that the chemistry is great. And then the last sort of observation I'll make is I was at the Cincinnati game a year ago where he, was a revelation, but what you realize is that it was all 5-10-yard throws, and most of those yards were after the catch. And I'm not saying Mike White's the answer, but I think something has grown in that there weren't a lot of them, but there were 20, 25-yard strikes. And the receiver corps and the talent with the Jets is much better than it was. So I'm guardedly optimistic, and I emphasize guardedly, that he may have evolved to get a mid-level threat, and so they don't just have to crowd him, which makes you non-viable as an NFL quarterback. So I think we'll find out in the next 2 weeks.
Okay, I have a quick question. Could you give the percentage that A, Mike White finishes the season as the Jets starting quarterback, B, the Jets make the playoffs, and C, Mike White is the starting QB game 1 next year?
Oh, I like that.
Good questions. I would say 90% he's going to finish this season as the quarterback. I think he's going to do pretty well. I think he's going to do solid to pretty well for the rest of the season. And I think a lot of that actually will be the having Garrett Wilson. And I think that the Jets will not make the playoffs. Because I think even if they go 3-3, they're 10-7, and I think with Miami and Buffalo and Cincinnati, I think even 10-7 might not do it. I think there's also a good chance they go 9-8. They've got a tough schedule. They got 4 games on the road against winning teams, and then next season, that's really, if you put it this way, if he's 90% finishes the season, I think he'll start next season. That I'll say 50%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Jets, given the strong defense and the strong weapons, you got Brees next year coming back. They really only need someone who makes the short, accurate throws and is a game manager and doesn't make that crucial turnover every game. So if Mike White is that guy for the rest of the season, I don't see why you give up assets or sizable salary to get another guy to do the same thing, pretty much.
Yeah, this is a team that's defense first, running second. They've actually created an identity this year. Salah promised that he would, those miserable losses last year where they, lose 44-10. And he said, I promise you we're going to fix this. And I kind of lost faith a little while, but he has done it. And actually he took a lot of heat for this hugely rotating defensive line with like 11 viable players. But if you look at the splits for the Jets all season long, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is, they're dominant in the fourth quarter. And that's Salah's philosophy, which I was on the fence about, really working. So I think the critical piece, though, which I think we saw a glimmer of yesterday, is whether he can get the ball downfield to keep an honest threat. Because if he can't do that at least 10% of the time, what's going to happen is what happened in the Buffalo game last year. They just realized this guy can't throw more than 15 yards down the field, and they just crowd the box. So it was only about 3 throws yesterday, but to me that gave me hope.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'll give you a fun stat real quick. So Mike White's expected point average per play yesterday was 0.65. And to put that in perspective, Patrick Mahomes' EPA is 0.33. So he was exceptional yesterday. I'm excited to see how it pans out. But honestly, the Jets have drafted, and looking at their draft picks, at least just this year, they've hit on more guys than I think any other team really has. I don't know if you have an evaluation on Jermaine Johnson, because I've seen less about him. But I know Sauce Gardner has been exceptional. We already touched on Garrett Wilson, but real quick, do you have any take on Jermaine Johnson or kind of how the defense has performed? Because from an outsider's perspective, it seems like they've been fantastic.
No, hopefully Brees will come back, but if he becomes what he was, this Jets draft class could be one of the not just in Jets history, in NFL history, one of the great drafts of all time. And it all goes back to the Adams trade, the Jamal Adams trade. I key on Jermaine Johnson because I'm interested in the future for the Jets, and he plays about 30% of the time. And most of the time he does something very good. It doesn't necessarily show up on the stat sheet, but he'll get a pressure that isn't listed as a pressure, but it impacts the play. He's strong in the run. Jets have been very strong against the run, which was a huge weakness. And he had an eye-opening tackle against Josh Allen.
I saw that.
That might have saved the game. It was probably on the clips. You might have seen it, but it was a wide open. It was just him and Josh Allen, and it was a shoestring tackle that Allen would have run for 30 yards. It was unbelievably athletic. I don't think Jermaine is going to be the level of those other guys, but I think he's going to be above average starter for years.
Yeah.
Great. We have a shorter show today, but thanks so much for calling in, and your Jets insight is much appreciated. So thank you.
We appreciate it.
Sure thing, Tom. Yeah, and Lou, and it comes from a lot of suffering. So, so thanks so much, and hopefully, we'll do it again.
All right, sounds good.
Sir.
All right, okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
I say we have him on every week from now until the end of the semester.
Okay, yeah.
Even regardless, because I think he touched on their tough schedule. We got Vikings on the road coming up, and then at the Bills, which makes it tough. And then even this short span of Lions and Jags, like that's 4 days, even though they're both at home, which I obviously is an advantage, but short weeks. And I hate to be that guy, but Mike White, the last time on a short week, I believe, was against the Colts on Thursday night, and the Colts played well and won that game going away. So, but that's not to say, I mean, that he can learn from that. I think that's because not many young quarterbacks have. Well, how old is he?
I think he's 27.
Okay, but he's young in terms of starts.
Yeah.
And not many have that in 2 years to be able to play Thursday night games back to back. So we'll see. I think it's exciting, and he touched on the AFC wildcard picture. I don't know. I think that they're in a decently good spot. I think I heard today 61% chance. I think that the Bengals will end up winning the AFC North. So I think he should be less concerned with the Bengals and more concerned with how the Ravens finish up.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way the whole AFC East makes it in. So I think it's going to be 3 of the 4, and it's either Jets or Pats.
Yeah.
The Pats really needed to. That Pats loss was huge for the Jets.
Yeah. And Pats, their remaining schedule is tough. How about these 4 in a row primetime games? And 2 of them are back-to-back road games. So, and then you got the Bills. I think this one next Monday.
If we somehow win that game, that would be huge.
Or excuse me, Thursday. Yeah. Real quick, I guess we don't really have a ton of time to do guess the line, but I want to see this line.
Okay.
Before we look at it, what do you think it is?
At Pats.
Josh Allen banged up. I'm gonna go Bills -4.
I'll go 3.
It is 5. So that's interesting how both these teams. It's not a short week, I guess. I don't know if I mentioned that.
It's a weird week, but not a short week.
Yeah. Weird week because, that just throws off. That's another thing. That just throws off kind of your timing. Like you play Thursday to Thursday. Both teams were on the road. Now the Bills on the road back to back. Bills were in Detroit 2 games in a row, but I heard they came home.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, they came home. So they, again, had to go travel to – they lost a home game. So you have to go at Detroit, then you go home to Buffalo, then you go home to Detroit, then you go home to Buffalo, then New England. That's obviously not a far trip, but a plane trip nonetheless. And plane kind of takes it out of you. I don't care where you're going, just travel does that. So that'll be interesting. I think that's the marquee game of the week. And I'm going to go Dolphins 49ers as my other game that I'm watching. I haven't paid a ton of attention. Let's see what other games of intrigue. Commanders Giants.
That's a huge game.
Yeah, Commanders 1.5 point favorites.
Titans Eagles is a good
AJ
game.
Brown revenge game.
I was really happy to see the Bengals win that game. I do not like the Titans.
Yeah. That's the thing though. I don't think Vegas has a ton of confidence in the Eagles anymore. 5.5 point favorites, like
how come the defense laying up?
I don't know. I mean, just the points in this 5.5. I mean, I guess it's NFL,
but the offense.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
How about the Broncos starting?
Deshaun Watson back.
I know. What's this line gonna be? Only 7. I mean, on the road. Mm-hmm. So, I guess how often is a 4-7 team going to be a touchdown favorite on the
Texans
road?
Are tanking,
so yeah,
sure.
that's not surprising.
Seahawks Rams? Actually, no, the Rams tanking.
Rams. I mean, that line has to be for Bryce Perkins to be assumed.
I think Stafford's out for the year.
Really, officially?
Not officially, but I think
I think he is. I don't want to speculate, but like, if you're him, why
Chiefs Bengals? What a week!
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Chargers Raiders games are always good.
Colts on prime time once again, so that's exciting. And then the Bucks, who just are historically owned by the Saints. This game is huge because say the Saints win, they're right back in the picture to win the division. So that's
be a good week.
But thanks for tuning in. We appreciate the shortness and you guys sticking with us through that. I apologize that I have a meeting for a presentation coming up right before the Thursday night game. So Thursday's a big day. I got 2 presentations and then I got Pat's Bills to look forward to.
Yeah.
So good stuff there. We didn't touch on BC hoops, but since we last spoke, well, it's been 2 weeks, but since last Monday, 2-0 because they beat Wyoming last Monday and then beat Rhode Island yesterday. You were obviously gone, but I did. Yeah, not a great crowd. Saturday there was a phenomenal scene. Like seniors came back because all day Saturday it was kind of dead around here, and I was like, gosh, there's gonna be no one at the game. And even like pregame there wasn't a ton, but then all of a sudden you look up midway through the first quarter and people are out there. Good. Shout out to the student section at football games. Was phenomenal all year, and looking forward to next year. One last ride.
Yeah.
So thank you again. Thank you to Mr. Barber for tuning in. And like I mentioned to Lou, I think having him on as a weekly guest, kind of like Pat McAfee, Aaron Rodgers, one of the indie sports radio shows I listen to occasionally used to have Jeff Saturday on right before, like literally the week he was named coach, he had been on the show like a couple days before. So any prediction on Colts game tonight? Colts
I don't even know what the line is. It's
2.5.
2.5 Colts.
Yep. I'm taking the shoe.
I think the Colts will cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it. All right, we'll talk to you later. I guess I'll just text you. I have to get in a better habit of texting you 3 picks.
Same. Yeah.
Fantasy, good week. Let's keep it rolling. Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Nice.